Last Sunday, we met Nicodemus in the middle of the night. He wanted to see Jesus without being noticed. And today, we meet a woman who, after meeting Jesus, shared her story with all those who had ears. As a woman, she is already less than a man in those days. The other thing we know about this Samaritan woman is that she is an outcast. Even the other women in that village avoided her. Yes, people, to gather water every day was the work of women. It still is the work of women in many parts of the world, where women are still expected to go and fetch the water. You know, she had 7 husbands, and you know, her reputation wasn't so good. She was regarded as a loose woman. Oh, and she doesn't come seeking Jesus. He comes to her with a request. She's not a Nicodemus. This is the longest conversation Jesus has ever had with anybody in this Bible. Jesus was out in the hot sun, traveling by foot, and he had no food. He needed to drink something. He needed water. But he didn't even have a cup to draw the water from a well. He had nothing. So Jesus walks up to this woman with a jar and asks her for a drink of water. She looks Jesus in the face and says, "Hey, I'm a Samaritan. And you know, you Jews are not supposed to talk to me." She has quite a bit of an attitude because, "Oh, you coming to ask me for water, but you're a Jew. Remember, I'm a Samaritan, eh?" I can just picture how this woman reacted when Jesus asked her for a drink. She was a hard woman. She was streetwise. She was used to people making fun of her because of her 7 husbands. She was used to the guys in the town yelling catcalls at her. She was hardened by society. She had her defenses up. She wasn't shy. She talked back to him. When Jesus said this, she said the other. But he had mercy. He was different from the other men. She noticed something about this one. As soon as he offered her living water, she softened up. And then she listened to him. She just became soft and said, "No, he's not like those other guys." He starts by talking to her about her love life. Jesus starts getting personal. But surprisingly enough, he is not judgmental. Whatever had happened with why she had so many husbands, it did not matter to Jesus. He knew her history, he knew her soul, and he had mercy on her. The woman recognizes that this is a pretty special person that she's busy with today, who is saying amazing things. And she thinks to herself, could he be the Christ? Isn't this perhaps the Christ that we've been waiting for? She has news to share. So she spoke. She told her people what had happened. She sounded the call. Come and see a man who told me all that I ever did. How often have we listened to excellent sermons being preached from this pulpit? Yes, sometimes we shout amen. And sometimes we even clap hands for the preacher. But when we leave without sharing the good news of Jesus with anybody in our community, then it was a futile exercise. Not the sermon. It's not the preacher. It's what you are going to do with the sermon. So can you see where the responsibility moves to now? I preach well here this morning, but what are you going to do with it? I pray that we, all of us here, like this woman, will go from here and share what we have heard with our family and our friends.